we should try to be in the present moment. That is meditation. Yeah. It's very easy when you get used to it. Because our media and everything encourages us to go to the past or the future. And violence and all the bad things. And we are being colonized by the television and media. So we have to get rid of these things. And then if you start to live in the present moment, to work in the present moment, in your working place. Imagine a doctor, a surgeon who cuts open the skull. And for a second, if he goes home while doing the operation, the patient cannot get up. So mindfulness, very beautiful word there is in Buddhism, sati. Sati means not thinking. Mindful aware. Mindfully aware is very different from thinking. I am aware of what I am doing. I am aware of what I am. You have some vague idea about what I am talking now? It's clear? Yeah. Sati is a very important word in Buddhism. Sati. There is no one word in French or in Italian. In English, mindful awareness is the very close translation. So Buddha taught us to be mindful. And once another Brahman comes and asks Buddha, your disciples, your monks, they eat only once. In Buddha's time, they didn't take the breakfast, only lunch. So they are taking only one meal, and they are very beautiful to see, smiling and very pleasing. How it happens? They said, my students, my monks have no past stories, no future projects. They live in the present moment. Simply meditation is living in the present moment. For students, it's very good to study. In every religion, there are different methods which are being used to come to the present moment. The litanies, Christian, Catholic litanies, and chanting in Buddhist chanting. And in Islam, there is, in the Sufism, very beautiful dance, Sufi dance. All these help come to the present moment. So this is what we are going to do. You see, Buddha can smile because he also has the things to complain, but he was not worried. One woman came and saying that you made me pregnant and accused. Buddha was not shaken inside. This is the difference. Meditation is used to get this equilibrium in us, because our normal life is usually we are falling very easily. If we get a bad news, it's finished. If we get a good news, we are flying. So this thing Buddha didn't have these things. Buddha is in the present moment every time. He eats, but he doesn't think of it. And also, don't forget that the body has a big intelligence. One DNA, they say now, because these days I am reading a very interesting book, Buddha's Brain, by scientists. And this country is going to protect Buddhism one day, Buddha's message. They are the ones who are doing researches on Buddhism. So they say one DNA has information to write 1,000 books which contain 600 pages. Imagine. one DNA. Very, very tiny, we cannot say it is more than tiny. So body has its own working method. What we do is we intervene unnecessarily. Through what? Through emotions. When we get emotions, the body functioning is distorted and destroyed. Yes. So we through living in the present moment, we allow the body to work its own. You see? Yeah, this is what Buddha's method and all the sages' method. Either Buddhist, Christian or Islam or other. Yeah. And also this meditation, you imagine Michelangelo, the greatest, one of the greatest painters and the sculptors in the world. He used to say, I heard, when he sees a slab of stone, he says, I see the image, what I should do is to take it away. Because unless he had practiced some kind of meditation in his previous life, he cannot do like that. You imagine Mozart and all the great musicians, unless they had practiced something. So they cannot create things like that. So the great musicians are born only once a century, something like that. Why that? And also in India, we have Indian music we call Ragadhari Sangeeta. It means Ragadhari music. So there are some number of ragas created by the sages those days who were meditating in the forest and who sensed the rhythm of the world, universe. Today no raga, because no practice of meditation. New ragas are not written. You imagine how important meditation is. Not only for enlightenment, for other things. So in this way, if we see, meditation helps everybody. We have a misconception that we have to be old to do this, and when there is nothing to do, we should meditate. No. There are meditation centers, children like these children learn meditation. That helps them a lot. In France there is a meditation center. I spent long time. Some children go from United States, very noisy, and 2-3 days after they become very normal, and they go, they make a queue to get their food, and silently they are eating. It's very nice to see. So our children, although we are born Buddhist in Sri Lanka, we don't make use of this great treasure. Yeah. Our people, in a way ashamed to say, are not able to sit for meditation. Yeah. Because we have lost this tradition. It means there are people who practice, but majority are neglecting because science has become